Hi, loves. I'm sorry that it's so dark in here. Oh, I didn't expect it to be so dark. Well, the good news is it is 6:13 and the sun's not down yet. So the reason why I started this video is because I was gonna start it about 20 minutes ago, and I have to run out to the store, so I figured I would start it. It was still daylight. I didn't even realize it was after 6 o'clock because I haven't left my house once today, but my car keys were MIA. So, it took me like 20 minutes to find them, and I found them, and now it's dark out. So if this is annoying to you guys, if you want me to, stop this and start again when, I have better lighting, that might be more helpful. Hey, sweetheart. Maybe that's helpful. Or, okay, that's a little better. I don't know. Do you guys want me to come back when I have better lighting upstairs in my house later when I'm inside? I just need to run to the store. My mom started chemo this week. So she's having a lot of trouble. She's doing better than I thought, which is good, but she's still doing pretty bad. I mean, it's chemo. So she started chemo, I should remind you guys, this is the second time she's been on chemo. She went through heavy dosage about 9 years ago, when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer. And then she did the mastectomy, she did chemo, she did radiation, and she was, within a year and a half, she was in, I don't think they call it remission anymore. My dear friend Kat, who works at a cancer hospital, would be able to remind us what it's called, but they don't call it remission anymore. They call it whatever the new terminology for remission is now. Like, you know how they don't say the word ex-con anymore? It's called returning citizen, which I like better. I think it has a nicer ring to it. Ex-con sounds very negative. Same thing. They don't say remission. They say whatever. So then about 4 years ago, maybe, my timeline is all lumped together, as I'm sure every other prison wife who has a long sentence has to deal with. But thank you, loves. Thank you so much for the prayers. So it came back in her hip bone, and then it spread throughout her pelvis, up her back, into her ribs, and she has a little cancer right here in her skull. Not her brain, thank God. It's not in any organs, thank God. But she went through intensive pointed radiation, and that actually made her much worse. It scarred her lungs, so her breathing is really, really, really bad. On top of it, her ribs are, because the cancer is in her ribs down here, they're starting to crumble. Her back kind of crumbled, so her back is like hunchback but lower, if that makes sense. So like mid back down, she's got this hump like a hunchback would have, but low, because that's where her cancer is. And then same, the cancer in her ribs, it started to crumble. It's pressing against her lungs, mixed with her lungs have actually gotten charred, so they're what's the word, they've gotten like hard. They don't expand and contract easily like ours do, like, you know, like a looser skin. Think about scar tissue. It's hard. So breathing for her is extremely difficult. In fact, about 2 weeks ago, I thought I was losing her because she started choking. So her last resort, because let's see, how do I even say this? Her condition has gotten so bad that her last resort to keep the cancer from spreading like wildfire to organs and other areas is this kind of, I don't want to say last ditch effort, because that's a horrible way to say it, but they're doing another round of chemo, which broke my heart. For months I struggled with this, or for weeks actually. I didn't know about it for months. And so because I was like, they're killing her, they're going to kill her. I'm not against chemo, but I'm against chemo if it's going to kill the patient instead of help the patient. And my thought is, her hemoglobin, her red blood cells are so low, so her oxygen is so low, not to mention the breathing. So the chemo makes her hemoglobin, her red blood cells, drop even further. So I was just very concerned. Plus, my mom is she started around 5'3", 5'4", and she shrunk to about 5 foot. And then after her back concaved or caved in, it's my mom, lovely sweetie. So she's about 4'10", 4'11" now, and if she weighs 100 pounds, that's a lot. She lost all of her appetite when her breathing went, and we all know chemo makes you get sick, and it also makes you lose your appetite. So, I was very, very, very upset that they were going to kill her, that she was going to die of malnutrition or something with the breathing. Her first round was on Wednesday. She handled it a little bit better than I anticipated. However, Thursday was a little worse. Friday and today have been the two worst of all. So I didn't really want to leave her. I have not left her all day. We try not to leave her alone, because she has an oxygen tank and, you know, it's hard for her to move around and God forbid she falls. So my father was with her Wednesday, Thursday, half of Friday. I came home. My sister came over to stay with her for a little bit, and then I was with her all today. But it's about 6 o'clock and she asked me to go out and get her, she wants cherry juice, because water is really difficult. She can't, flavor is kind of really killing her, and she's very dehydrated, because that's another side effect of chemo, is dehydration. It dries you out. Like, I bought her on Wednesday, I stopped at the Hallmark store and I got her a whole bunch of little treats. You know, I got her a really comfortable pair of slippers she's been wearing. I got her a really pretty headscarf because she's unfortunately going to lose her hair again, a card, and I got her Vaseline intensive care moisturizer because she's gonna get dry, but also that's the one that her mother, or my grandmother, kept on the side, her night table next to her bed her whole entire life. I will never forget what that smells like. And so it's very sentimental for her to feel like her mother's around. So we're trying to take good care of her. So the whole point in me telling you that long-winded backstory is that it snowed here this morning. I live with my parents because I take care of my mom. My father was kind enough to clean off my car as he was cleaning off his car when he went to work. And I couldn't find my car keys because I didn't leave the house all day. I stayed with her. And so it took me a good 20 minutes to find my car keys. I thought, I was like huffing and puffing. I thought he took them to work with him. What if I had to go somewhere? Because, you know, bratty 13-year-old is what we turn into when we live with our parents. And it wasn't like he wasn't helping me by cleaning off my car. Slap on my wrist. Horrible. But so I'm leaving. I'm gonna go get her juice. I will be back, and I'm gonna come back and make this video. I'm gonna answer a Q&A upstairs inside the house with the lights on, so that we could really communicate. I could put the phone down. I could use both hands to talk, because you know how I am. I need both my hands to make my points. Just kidding. So look out for it. I'll be back in a little bit. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the thoughts and all of the prayers. I am trying to include my mom in a lot of my vlogs recently, because I want the memories of her. Oh, that's gonna make me cry. I just want to be able to go back and watch them one day when she loses this fight. So, whoo, girl, get it together. So I will be back in a little bit, you guys. I don't want to waste too much time, because I already... Comfort is key. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. I've been trying. You know, my mom's old school Italian, and she's very old school Catholic. And so those two together, unfortunately, in their minds, they need to suffer. So she has pain medicine she won't take. She has so many opportunities available to her to help alleviate some of the pain, and she won't do it because she's afraid, and there's a side effect and this and that. And so I'm trying my best to keep her comfortable and to make her comfortable. Thank you, Ray. You're so sweet. But she's a stubborn one. Some of us get our stubbornness and our strength from our mamas. So let me go get this cherry juice. It's been a while. I've been babbling and babbling and babbling. She felt that the reason I felt comfortable sitting here making this video is because she fell asleep. So she'll be asleep while I'm here, while I'm at the store. I thought I had more daylight. I didn't realize how late it was, but we're going on 6:30. So sending comfort and love and understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Karen. You guys are amazing and sweet. And I'll be back to answer Q&As. And then somebody had recently asked me if I was going to do a live video, which means I'm assuming that she has some questions for me to answer. So I will be back, you guys. I love you so much. Till then, couple minutes, couple hours, not positive. You never know when you have a sick parent or a sick child or a sick anybody that you're taking care of. My God, I have a new appreciation for caregivers. Why don't you come back and ask the question when I'm live next time, because I'm not going to remember to answer it. So new appreciation for caregivers. It is a tough job. And you know what? Every single one of us that is here, that watches my channel, who does have a loved one who's incarcerated, is a caregiver. Okay, we give care to our incarcerated loved ones. So You guys are Wonder Woman and amazing. I love you guys. Stay strong, love strong, keep supporting one another through this journey. You're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I'll be back with Q&As and to answer any questions you guys have in a few minutes. Bye.